Hello, my friends. Today we are going to learn English with the news. In this video, the same news is in 3 levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. If one part feels too easy, don't stop. Just jump to the next level. And if it feels a little hard, don't give up. Listen, repeat, and learn. Step by step, you will improve. Are you ready? Let's start. The Great Beer Flood. Level 1. In 1814, London had a strange and tragic event. A big beer tank broke in the Horseshoe Brewery. The tank was huge and full of beer. When it broke, other tanks also broke. A giant wave of beer ran through the streets. More than 1 million liters of beer flooded the poor neighborhood of St. Giles. Houses were destroyed. Basements were full of beer. People were surprised and afraid. At least 8 people died, some drowned, and others were trapped under broken houses. Children were also victims. Some people even tried to collect beer with buckets, but it was mostly a sad tragedy. The brewery was not punished. The accident was called the Great Beer Flood. Today, it is remembered as one of the strangest and saddest events in London's history. Level 2. In October 1814, the people of St. Giles in London witnessed a shocking disaster: the Great Beer Flood. At the Horseshoe Brewery, a giant wooden vat, holding more than 500,000 liters, suddenly burst. The pressure caused other vats to collapse, sending over 1.4 million liters of beer into the streets. The wave of beer flooded houses, destroyed fragile buildings, and filled basements where families lived. At least 8 people lost their lives, some by drowning, and others under collapsed homes. Children playing in the streets were among the victims. The story spread quickly across London. Some tried to scoop up beer from the streets, but most of the city saw it as a tragedy, not a curiosity. The flood also sparked debate about poor housing conditions and the responsibility of big breweries. The company faced no legal punishment, and the government helped it recover financially. Today, the Great Beer Flood is remembered as both a bizarre accident and a sad part of London's past. Level 3. In October 1814, London was struck by a bizarre yet deadly disaster known as the Great Beer Flood. In the Horseshoe Brewery on Tottenham Court Road, a massive wooden vat with a capacity of over 500,000 liters suddenly burst. The immense pressure caused other vats to rupture, releasing more than 1.4 million liters of beer into the crowded streets of St. Giles within minutes. The torrent swept through narrow alleys, collapsing fragile houses and filling cellars where entire families lived. At least 8 people were killed, many by drowning or being crushed under debris. Among the victims were children caught in the sudden flood. News of the event spread rapidly, shocking Londoners. While some attempted to collect beer with buckets, the disaster highlighted the harsh realities of poverty and unsafe housing in the city. It also raised questions about brewery accountability. Despite the scale of the tragedy, the brewery faced no legal consequences. Authorities ruled it an unavoidable accident, and with government support, the company recovered financially. Over time, the Great Beer Flood became a strange mix of tragedy and historical curiosity, leaving the neighborhood of St. Giles with scars that lasted for years. Great job, my friends! You learned English with the news today. If you liked this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Keep practicing every day. You are doing amazing. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.